Welcome again to highlights of the penultimate round of the World Superbike Championship for 2007. This week it's a level playing field for all the teams and riders as we head to the new venue of Vallelunga, just north of Rome in Italy. With 2 rounds to go, Britain's James Toseland has a 41-point lead over Noriyuki Haga. Biaggi not far behind in third. Vallelunga, of course, is Max Biaggi's home race. The self-styled Roman Emperor is determined to make this Roman homecoming one to remember. It's 10 years since Biaggi raced at Vallelunga. Huge crowds are expected to cram into the tiny circuit nestled into the hills. Vallelunga itself started life in the 1950s as a sand track originally for horses, but in 1957 asphalt was laid. Horsepower of a different kind became king. The track itself is built into a valley. As the track winds back on itself, it gives superb viewing for fans that carpet the hills above to get a glimpse of their heroes. In the early 80s, it was famous Formula 3000 car races, but then hosted the World Endurance Bike Race in 2005. Over the last 2 years, modification to the layout has extended it to over 4 kilometres. It's been specially homologated to host World Superbike events. Let's take a look at it now and go on board with World Champion Troy Bayliss while our commentator Scott Smart describes a lap of the all-new Vallelunga circuit.
Bayliss really seems to have mastered the Vallelunga circuit, so let's do a lap with him. Next in the last corner of Roma, third gear, 2 gears down the start-finish straight, all the way up to 5th, 6th gear on one of the 4-cylinder bikes. A real fast entry to the first corner, getting back to the left-hand side of the track to sweep through the second corner of Curvoni, the right-hander. Then get it back across the track and try and use a slightly tighter line than that on the way down to Ciummini. Back down through the gears into second gear on the Ducati. It's a hard entry, but once you're in the corner, the ground comes up at you and you get more grip for the exit. Drive as hard as possible, hooking 1 gear before the sweeping left out onto the new loop. Then it's up the loop into Compagno. Back down through the gearbox, you're at your fastest point of the track here in 5th gear, all the way back down to 2nd gear. And once again, it's important to get good drive onto the next straight. Over the brow of the hill, the bike loses a little bit of grip there, back up to 3rd gear, and it's back down through the box into 2nd, foot off there to get reconfigured on the foot pegs, and accelerate hard through the really tight section of the track. That's Surate followed by Trinquilla, short burst, staying in 2nd gear, then hook 3rd, back down to 2nd gear for the right-hander Curfe Semaforo. Very short burst, you stay in 2nd gear, there's no time to make a gear shift, into the tightest corner of the track, left-hand twice this weekend. From the bike and swinging up touch the ground. Accelerate looking back up 2nd gear. Final part of the lap. This is the S's. Got hard out of here, up 1 gear into 3rd. We see some guys come back 1 gear to 2nd for the entry to the last corner of Roma. Bayliss hangs on to 3rd gear and drives real hard to finish his lap back onto the start-finish straight.
Going into Superpole, the riders were still learning the track, with the tricky infield section catching a few riders out as they lost time in the middle sector. Max Biaggi put in the first really impressive lap as the Roman clocked an impressive 1 minute 36.9.
Out of the last corner then comes Max Biaggi. Checkered flag waves and he's done it! Oh, in that last sector again, Scott Smart predicting it.
The man to challenge him would be James Toseland, but he was quicker in the first sector.
James is in a do-or-die situation. He just needs 9 more points, but it's not the way he rides. You can't ride cautiously when that's the case. He wants pole position. Toseland goes down! This could be massive disaster for the whole of the 2007 season for this man. So close to winning the title. Could this be the moment where it all goes wrong?
Then it was the turn of Mr. Superpole, Troy Corsa, as he put in another sensational lap, this one of 1 minute 36.016, for what looks certain to be another pole position. And it was the other Troy who had the last laugh, as Bayliss was the last man to go.
This is great in this sector. The only problem is extra grip from the softer tyres is going to actually compress the suspension even more. This is one of the places he went down. You can see the scrapes on the bike. He can't afford to lean it over too much, so he'll probably have to just hang back a bit. He's a 10th of a second up. As we said before, Superpole was starting. This section is about being strong, and he is. So he's hauled it through there. Now back into a bit where the bike excels. Last corner, sweeping. It's all about corner speed, and he gets great drive off the start-finish straight. Winds it on using every bit of grip from the bike.
Here he comes for pole position!
Yes!
Bellissimo! Bayliss does it in style, and the only man to make it into the 135s.